What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Scapolitano Show. Woo! We're back, guys, with another educationless of the interviews, guys. We are back, unfortunately. I know you're tired of seeing my face. I get tired of seeing my face when I wake up. I look in the mirror and go, damn, why are you here? God, I do that. But we have an exciting interview, guys, today with a Dancing Jedi. I don't know if she dances. That's her name.
I do,
Instagram.
actually.
Oh, that's even good. That's even clever. She dances. We're going to talk about her cosplay of Ahsoka. She does so many. Ahsoka Tano, Anakin, Marvel, whatever is going on in the big world of worlds, she does. She's an amazing cosplayer. So sweet. We're going to talk about her Nashville experience in Star Wars. What's to come, the Dancing Jedi. Like, why did she come up with that name? Did she just dance and just wiggle her lightsabers like this while she's dancing the Macarena? We don't know. We were going to ask her. But before we start this educationalness of an interview, please subscribe down below to the YouTube channel, The Scapolitano Show, for more fun unboxings, reactions, breakdowns, sexiness, awesomeness, omeganess, Grogu-ness. He's at school. He's eating chicken nuggets because that's his favorite meal. And Ahsoka's back. Wait, there. She's back there. She's guarding me with hope, you know? But yeah, so let's get into it. Dancing Jedi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm still alive. So that's good. I'm kicking.
I feel that, you know? It's definitely been interesting the last few days. Got school and finals and everything coming up, but you know what? That's all right. You know, we're making it through it.
We are. But my first question to you, the Dancing Jedi, is your name, the Dancing Jedi. Where does that come from?
Yeah, so actually, I started doing ballet when I was 6 years old. I did ballet for 12 years, and then when I got to college, it was too much time. My studio was too far away to keep going with it, so I dropped out, but I've actually gotten back into it this past year and actually gave my first performance this spring. First one in 5 years, so I'm pretty excited about that. But
oh, good for you.
Yeah, it was great. But I started out with my ballet background, and then I got into Star Wars shortly after The Force Awakens came out. I did not see The Force Awakens as my first Star Wars movie. I just heard other people talking about it, and I was like, dude, I gotta see this. I gotta see this. So I actually, I started with Return of the Jedi. I went backwards, but still my favorite Star Wars movie. But yeah, took to the Jedi, what they represent, everything, and the name was born. It actually first started as my Xbox gamer tag. So I was the Dancing Jedi on Xbox, and then when I was looking for like an Instagram to set up my cosplay page, I was like, I'm gonna stick with it. Like it's been my identity for like the past 5 years or so.
It's really cool. Like I didn't know. Like when I found you, I was like, the Dancing Jedi. I was like, I hope she dances. Like I'm like, does she dance in her videos? I'm like, does she shake the merengues or something like that? I was like so excited. I was like, the Dancing Jedi. I never had a Dancing Jedi in this show. Oh my god, so excited.
I'm one and only.
I know, that's good. No one will take that name. You hear me, people out there in the world? If anybody takes that name, me and her are coming to get you. The Republic watching you. The Republic watching you. But that's awesome. Now, my next question to you is, how are you? Like, how is Tennessee? How is COVID over there with you? Are you good? You're safe? I know there was a big storm there. How is everything? How's your family? Is everybody doing okay?
Yeah, everything's going well. Like you said, there was some severe weather this past weekend, but I am a National Weather Service weather spotter as part of my volunteer work, and so when we get activated, we're going around and, like, you know, we're not the same thing as storm chasers, because spotters stay in the local area, chasers go out to chase. But anyways, I was in the local area reporting on the storms, and luckily we didn't have anything too severe. Had some winds take down some trees, but everything was okay. As far as the COVID situation goes, I feel like a lot of people have really just wanted to move beyond that. The jury's still out on if we should move beyond that at this point, but I'm just gonna leave it at that. Like, a lot of people aren't wearing masks and things anymore, but I mean, it is what it is, you know?
Yeah. It is. We're staying safe, though, guys. Just wash your hands.
Yes, wash your hands. Social distance.
Social distance. Me and her are social distancing. We're on the camera together, so I can't smell her or anything, guys. Social distancing right there. So my next question to you, the Dancing Jedi, is: so you went to Nashville Comic-Con. Tell me about that experience. Is that your first ever con, or you've been to cons, but this one was very special because it's in your hometown of Tennessee?
Yeah, so first of all, Nashville was about a 3-hour drive from where I am, so it's not necessarily my hometown, but it is my home state, and so I do appreciate that. But it was phenomenal. ICC was literally the best convention I've ever been to, because I got to meet Ashley Eckstein, I got to meet Matt Lanter, James Arnold Taylor, Anthony Daniels, I passed Ian McDiarmid in the hallway, Timothy Zahn. It was fantastic. I've actually been going to cons for about a year at this point. I started going last year, and even though I've been cosplaying for about 6 years, I wasn't brave enough to take that step and, you know, put my work out there and go to cons, but started doing that last year. ICC was my 4th con.
Okay.
So I've been to some like smaller, mid-sized ones, but this was definitely my biggest one so far. But yeah, it was an incredible experience. Just completely made for Star Wars fans. It was fantastic.
Yeah, because a lot of people from Star Wars went. Ashley, Matt, James, Timothy. Satine was there, Ian, CP3PO, Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
So what was because I know you cosplayed as Ahsoka and you met Ashley. How was that experience? Did she love your cosplay? Because I know she just loves people when they dress up as Ahsoka. So what was her reaction to you?
Yeah, so the first time that I met Ashley at ICC, because I did see her multiple times through the weekend, which was jackpot.
Oh, wow.
But the first time that I saw her was actually a spur of the moment thing. I saw that she was doing autographs, and I was like, you know what? I was going to save it to meet her for my photo op the next day, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to do it. So
do it.
I got the ticket, got in line, and my good friend Nash Star is her name on Instagram, but she was there with me to help, like, with the costume and everything, just literally amazing. But we go in there and she's filming me, you know, walking in to see Ashley, and Ashley's just like, it was so great. And then she was like asking me what I made my cosplay out of, you know. He's like, what'd you make the Laku out of? You know, what's the armor made out of? And I told her that, first she asked me how long it took me to make, and I've been working on that costume since 2020, right after the Clone Wars finale came out. So it's been a long time coming, and I actually finished, like, I did a first phase of it and then finished the second phase, which was the boot covers, in the hotel room the night before. I was putting the elastics on them still the night before, but I told her that, and she was like, well, I have to see these boot covers. And so she got up from the table and was like inspecting them, and then she started looking at like my gauntlets and the details on them. Wow. My dress, like, she inspected every single part of my cosplay, which was fantastic. Like, you know, there's a line out the door, and she's still taking time with, you know, but it wasn't just me. She was taking time with like every single person and chatting with them, because
yes, that's what the best is about her. Because I went to Rhode Island and I met her, and we had a 10-minute, 15 conversation. Like, it was just like, she even knew who I was when I was in line. I literally died because I was with my 2 friends when we went. And we're in line, and she sees me, and she just goes, like, Dancing Jedi, I literally almost died on the floor, like, and just like, I'm not getting an autograph, just leave me here to die. And then we moved up the line, and then she even says, we're matching. Like, we had the same sweatpants on, we had the same hoodie, and I have Ahsoka Tano sneakers that I don't have on now, I can't show you, but I had those on. And she just loved it. And I was like, and that's how I could connect, because she sits there and talks to everybody. Like, if she knows you, she don't know you. Like, she knows you from Instagram. Like, she always says, like, you're her friends, you know, Instagram are my friends. So I feel honored. We're friends.
Yeah, exactly. She, actually, when I walked up there, she was like, do I know you? Have we met before? And I was like, well, no, actually, this is like my first time meeting you. And she's like, do you have an Instagram? And I was like, I do, actually. I told her the name, and she's like, I've seen your stuff before. And I was like, Ashley knows I exist. She knows I exist. It was the greatest thing ever. But then later in the weekend, I ran into her again for the photo op, and then I happened to get caught up in like a group cosplay photo op. They had a giant display of like speeders and an ATST walker and everything, and all the celebrities came out there to take a picture with all the cosplayers, and I got to see her then, and she said hi to me, even though I was in my Rey cosplay at the time. She still said hi. And then I ran into her later that day, in the restroom of all places, but we still stopped and chatted for a second, and she gave me a hug and everything, and it was just, she is literally the sweetest human on this planet. I could talk about her.
She is. Now the next one I want to talk about is Matt, because Ashley and Matt like are my two, like they're my role models. I love Matt. He plays Anakin well. Ashley, you know, that's my Ahsoka Tano, you know.
Yes.
And Anakin is my Matt Lantern, you know. Matt, like Hayden Christensen I like, but Matt Lantern knocks Anakin out of the park. So how was it like when he saw your cosplay of Anakin?
Yeah, so that whole thing was really just a spontaneous moment as well. That day was my last day at ICC. I had just changed from Rey to Anakin, and when I walked out, there was a group of people waiting in line to see Ashley, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, you have to go see Matt like that, dressed as Anakin." And I was like, I can do that? Like, I thought I had to get a ticket and everything. They were like, no, they're just letting people in. Like, go see him. Go.
Oh, wow.
I was like, holy cow. And so sure enough, I walked up there and they let me right in. Like, it was, I don't know if they do that all the time. Like, if you heard about this, no, you didn't. But like, it was pretty cool. I got up there and, but like you were saying, Matt is so sweet too.
He is.
When I got in there, he was being interviewed rather, by this younger boy. I would say he was probably like maybe 10 or 11, but
oh wow,
he would be a reporter when he grew up. And so he came with a handwritten notepad of questions to ask Matt and James. And his mom had a tablet, and like she was sitting there recording the interview, and he treated him just like a professional reporter, you know, giving thorough, thoughtful answers to everything. And it was just, you can tell when someone's heart is in it, you know? And
yeah.
It was the sweetest thing. And afterwards, he was like, to me, he was like, thank you for waiting. Cause you know, it took like 10 minutes. And I was, no, thank you. Cause like, I was sitting there getting all this advice too and stuff. And I'm like, ooh.
I was getting the sneak peek of this interview. That's not out yet, but I'm going to get it.
Yeah, exactly. But, it was just, I told him, I was like, that's what it's all about. And he's like, yeah, it is. But it was awesome. He loved to see the cosplay as well. And I asked to get a picture together, and he's like, you know what? Let's get one on my phone too. And I was like, yeah. Ashley and Matt both have pictures of me in their respective cosplays on their phones. And I'm like, that is like the cosplayer's dream.
Because yeah, she took one, like when we took a picture together, me and Ashley. I didn't get one with Matt because I didn't know if I could have, because sometimes you don't at the photo op. I did the photo op anyway with both of them, so I only got one with Ashley at the time because I didn't know, because I went to Matt first because there was no line for Matt at Rhode Island, but there was a long line like out the for Ashley. So I was
Same
like, yeah. So I was like, you know what? I said, let me go to Matt first, because Matt, there was no one there. It was free. And I didn't know if I could get a picture. Like, at the time, there was still masks being worn, so I didn't know if he was comfortable, you know. So I was like, I didn't ask for a picture. But Ashley did take a picture with her phone, and now she has me. And me, you, Dancing Jedi.
Yep. He,
back to back.
The whole mask thing was an interesting point because, you know, Matt had the health scare recently.
Yes.
With the emergency surgery. And actually the first time that I saw him over the weekend was after I had just met Ashley. He like said something to me as I was walking by. I don't even remember what it was at this point, but he was like, hey, that's a nice cosplay or something like that. And I stopped and asked him how he was doing and things. And he's like, I'm doing all right. Doing a lot better now, but thank you. You know, like you could tell that it really touched him.
Something.
He was wearing a mask pretty much the entire weekend except the last day. But I don't know what was up with the last day. I guess he just got tired of it or something. But,
I think I'm done with this.
Yeah, but it was really good to see him there. I was worried about him during that time. But yeah, he seemed to be doing great, up and kicking. So
Oh, good. Good. I was worried too because I was like, when I see him next, I was like, I'm not going to see him in person for a while. So I was like, I hope he's doing well and everything because I know the health scare and stuff like that because we love Matt Lantern.
We do. We stand Matt Lantern here.
We stand. Yeah, we do. Don't fight us on this. Me and Dancing Jedi, we stand him. We do. We do. Omega too. Omega, you haven't met Anakin yet. Yet. Keyword. She
is a youngling.
Yeah, she might be. You never know. My little Omega. I love my little daughter. Love her. So my next question to you, Dancing Jedi, is who is your top 3 favorite cosplays that you do? Now they could not be out yet. You could still be working on something, so you don't have to tell us that. But what are your top 3 favorite people to cosplay that you cosplay?
Ooh, yeah, Ahsoka's definitely got to be my number 1. Like, she is everything that this character means to me, and all this work that I put into this cosplay. Like I said earlier, I've been working on this for like 2 years, and it's probably the entire thing has about 200 or 300 hours worth of work put in it. You know, the headpiece alone is probably like 40 hours, but everything that she means to me is just so special to me, and everything that she means to everyone else. You would be so surprised by the amount of people who have come up to me at cons and been like, oh my gosh, Ahsoka's my favorite Star Wars character, which is crazy because most people, you know, I could be wrong, but a lot of people when the Clone Wars first dropped didn't like her. And
like her at all.
See her grow from this little minor character that even Ashley was talking about at the Clone Wars panel in ICC, you know, at the time, people believed that having a female character on product marketing would make it sell less. So that's why in the early Clone Wars things, you would find Ahsoka like either not on it or like really small in the corner. But you look at the poster for season 7 and she is smack dab there in the middle.
She's in the front. I have right there. She's in the front center.
The biggest character. And it's like crazy to think how she's gone from this small character to this huge thing that everyone loves. Yeah. But my favorite part about cosplaying Ahsoka is the little girls that come up to me. She is their hero. She is their role model. And to give them someone like that to look up to grow up with, is just, it's so special. It's so special. And to give them a chance to, you know, I met someone at ICC, a mother and a daughter, and they weren't sure they were going to be able to get through the line to see Ashley. And the daughter was about like 5 or so, and the mother, like, I stopped and talked with her. She was a huge Ahsoka fan, and I let her borrow one of my lightsaber for a picture and everything, and she was just
she's like, oh my god.
The mother stopped me afterwards and was like, well, we weren't sure if we were going to be able to get to meet Ashley, but at least we got to meet you. And I was like,
my heart will go on.
My heart. Like, literally, that's the best part. But yeah, Ahsoka, number 1. My number 2, I would say, is actually Bucky Barnes. He's one of my other cosplays from Marvel. He's another character that means a lot to me. But I started out actually with the Winter Soldier version from the Winter Soldier movie, and that was really well received. A lot of people liked that one.
Yeah, it's really cool. That's a really cool one.
Thank you. Yeah. And when I would Bucky more than any of the others, or Winter Soldier especially, I would walk around cons completely in character. So I would like not break character any minute of the con. I could be there for several hours and not break character at all, you know, just, you know, the whole time. It was fun, but that character means a lot to me, you know, his journey, what he's been through, you know, rediscovering himself, what it means to live his own life instead of for someone else, you know, means a lot to me. But so recently I've started actually doing the Falcon and the Winter Soldier version of Bucky, which I would say my top 2 now. Like, he's a lot of fun to do. I actually 3D printed the hand recently, and that was a lot of fun. But my third one, because like I I've got a couple of cosplays coming up that I'm really, really excited for, but that spot has to go to Ray. She is the cosplay that I started with. She is what got me into cosplaying, why I'm here. And like, she is literally just such a comfort cosplay. Like, I put that on and I'm just like, oh, I'm home. You know? But yeah. And it doesn't hurt that I look like Daisy Ridley, or so people have told me. But when I'm walking around, actually, the very first con I went to, someone stopped me and was like, "Are you Daisy Ridley?" And I was like, "Oh yes, I flew all the way in from the UK. It was quite a journey, you know." It was funny, but yeah. And Ray, of course, you know, means a lot to me as well. You know, I think that's the main thread that you're going to find between all of my cosplays. You know, some cosplayers cosplay just because a costume is cool. And, like, I'm not hating on people that do that. Like, by all means, go for it if you like the costume. But for me, my own personal style, I have to resonate with a character. I have to see myself in some part of them to be able to do them justice. And, yeah.
That's what when you were going back to what these characters mean to you, like Ahsoka, Winter Soldier, and now Rey. Like, we all, like, that's me. Like, I watch, just say, like, I don't know if you watched Game of Thrones. I
haven't yet, actually, no. People are always surprised when I say that.
It's really good. The 7th season, yeah.
I have also heard that.
I'm gonna say that. I'm not gonna go into it. But, like, people always say, like, why did you like Daenerys so much? And why did you like her? Why did you connect? I connected with her because she wasn't evil. Like, she wasn't the mad king that what her father was. Like, the mad king that we'll find out in the House of Dragon when it comes out on HBO Max. August 21st, people. Like, we're going to find out what he was about. Like, Daenerys was never that. So leading up to the final season, like, not even leading up to the final season, like, just one episode, they made her this evil queen that she was never. She just lost so much. She saw her friends slaughtered, you know. She saw her not her, I'm gonna say like a father figure with her servant, like, died, like, defending her, you know, like, her dragons are her kids because she can't have any kids, so her dragons have died, you know, only one left. Like, so she's lost a lot, you know. That's why I connected with her. Even Wanda from WandaVision, like, Wanda is just such a great character. Like, she was my favorite Avenger. Like, her magic, and my favorite color is red too. So that had to do it too.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt.
It doesn't hurt. But that's what she like. And then you watch WandaVision, and look, she's lost so much. She made a whole town, like, because she was lonely and, like, she wanted her family back that she knew she could never get back. You know, even with Ahsoka, like, leading up, she was always. I can never say I never liked her because I can't say that because I never did. I always liked her. I always thought she was like a snippy one though. She was but she's like, no offense to any girls out there, but she's like girls growing up, like a little snippy. Like, there are snippy, and I was snippy too. I'm snippy. I'm snippy still. But, like, as she grown and you see her mature, you know, you see the connection with Anakin, you see the connection with Obi-Wan, and then up to the final season, where you see her grow. Like, this is her peak. Ahsoka, season 7 Ahsoka is my favorite Ahsoka of all throughout the Clone Wars and Rebels. Like, that, the Mandalore gear that she has on, her lightsabers that Anakin made, and then, like, she just overcomes so much. But I wish she was a little smarter with Maul. Listening, I wish she listened to Maul when he told her about Anakin. I wish I was sitting on the edge of my seat with that episode, like, come on, Ahsoka, really? You can't believe that? Look through the Force. Look through the Force.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't blame her, though, because, like, she knew Anakin for years and fought with him side by side. And, like, I'm sure after the fact, she put all the pieces together, and I even wonder how she felt after she put all the pieces together and was like, man, it was there all along. You know, because she'd seen times when Anakin was skirting with the dark side, but yeah.
But she never, like, thought about, okay, he'll never turn. Like, he gets his moments, we understand, but, like, he'll never go.
That's the way he is. Got a couple screws loose, you know, it's fine.
Yeah, he killed a couple of younglings, you know. He's okay.
You know, we cross that threshold when we get to 5, you know, we've only gotten a couple, so, like, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
And then she's leading to Rebels. You see her in Rebels, and now she's off to see Thrawn, and you get to see her in Mandalorian, which was awesome to see her in Mandalorian, and then the book of Boba, and now the Ahsoka series has started filming. Now I'm going to ask you, the Dancing Jedi, how do you feel about the Ahsoka series coming up? Do you accept, and are you okay? Because I know some people are iffy about Rosario Dawson. Mm-hmm. And being Ahsoka, like me, I'm a little iffy. You know, she does play the character well. You know, I have to say she did do her research. You know, she did do it. But Ashley will always be my Ahsoka. I wish they did an animation because I think animation would have more feels. Because I was saying this to another guy I had on after the interview, and I just sat there and was like, you know, Matt, Ashley, and James are family. You know, the Clone Wars family is a family. You know, you don't get to see that with the original actors. You don't get to see that with Hayden Christensen, or like after they do the movie. All right, we'll see in a couple years if we do another one. You know, we'll see you like that connection. I do like, but that connection at the end of the day, there's no connection. You know, you're done with the series and you walk away from the series. Oh, we did a great series though, but oh yeah, I remember him. Such a good, nice actor. Oh my god. But with Clone Wars animation, they're sitting in a booth. And like Ashley did the character, Matt, James, everybody who was on Clone Wars has done these characters for a decade, you know? And like just going live action, it's very hard for me, you know, to see these characters go live action because I know the voice actors have nothing to do with the original actors. So that hurts me because I'm like, it's all about the family to me. Like, yeah, there's not a connection. So how do you feel about the Ahsoka series? I'm excited for the Ahsoka series. Don't get me wrong. But how are you? What is your take on it?
Yeah, I am so stoked for the Ahsoka series. Like, I have a feeling this is going to take her character in places that we haven't seen yet, and to me, that's exciting. You know, some people, I don't know, some people may not like that. They may want more of the same of what we've seen all this time. But I feel like giving her own show is a chance to explore something new and to give us something that we haven't seen before. To your point with like Ashley and Rosario, like I think they both did a phenomenal job. It admittedly took me a little time to warm up to the live action character design with the Laku and everything, but it's grown on me. It's grown on me because it looks realistic. And let me tell you, from an Ahsoka cosplayer, I completely understand not being able to do stunts in a really long Laku. I can barely walk in a really long Laku. So the character design is, I think it's good. That was the only thing I had a little bit of an issue with at first, but I really like it. Rosario, I feel like she hits it right on the head because Ashley plays a younger Ahsoka, you know, one that is going through, you know, learning, growing up. She's a child maturing into an adult. Rosario is playing a battle-weathered veteran version of Ahsoka. So she's naturally going to be more withdrawn, a little more soft-spoken, you know. She still carries the same inner strength and wisdom, but she definitely reminds me a lot more of the Rebels version of Ahsoka than anything, you know, in the Clone Wars. So I feel like if we're going to compare her to Ashley at all, you know, we should compare her to the Rebels version. But yes. I don't even think there's a comparison because, you know, it's like cosplay. Everyone is going to bring their own interpretation to the character, and that's not a bad thing. You know, everybody's going to be a little different. And I like that she brought her own version to it because if she was trying to be someone else, then I feel like it would have come across as maybe trying too hard or fake or inauthentic. You know, she has to reach inside and channel her own inner Ahsoka, you know, and I think she did a good job of that. So yeah, I'm on Team Tano. You know, like someone asked a question to Ashley actually at ICC during the Clone Wars panel, and I like how she handled it. You know, she said, we're all on the same team, every single one of us, you know, everyone that has made the Clone Wars come together, that has written Ahsoka, played Ahsoka, cosplayed as Ahsoka, been fans of Ahsoka, you know, we're all on Team Tano, and we're all working together to love this character and to bring her to life. And yeah, I agree with what she said.
Ashley always hits it right on the notes when she like speaks. She goes like Team Tano forever, you know, Team Tano. So my next question to you, Dancing Jedi, or my final question to you is, what are your top 3 favorite Star Wars characters and why?
Okay, top 2 are easy, but I gotta think about my third. We'll start with the top 2, and then we'll get to my third. It is an extremely close tie between Anakin and Ahsoka for my top 2.
Oh, okay.
I have to say that Ahsoka takes the cake for my top 1 because I mean, obviously, I wouldn't put so much effort into a cosplay if she wasn't my favorite. But, you know, it's just crazy because I was one of the crowd that was not a big fan of her at first. You know, I was actually very much a quiet, you know, easygoing teenager that did not talk back and was not snippy and anything like that. And seeing a character like this was very jarring, I guess I would say, because I was like, why are you doing that? You know, what we just be nice and get along. Like, why don't we just all get along? You know, but I warmed up to it, you know, and then I started appreciating her for the fact that she was able to speak her mind without any fear of what anybody would say or what anybody would think. And I feel like I can channel that more. You know, I have gotten better about, you know, speaking my own mind when it comes to things, but I feel like Ahsoka has helped a lot with that because I'm like, okay, it's not too bad of a bad thing to disagree with someone, you know, like you can disagree, you can have your own opinions, you can do. And I feel like showing that to an entire generation of young girls is awesome. Raising an entire generation of chaos makers, and it's great. But yeah, it's Ahsoka's my favorite, but not just because she speaks her mind, but because she is always able to stay true to herself. And I really admire that. You know, it's something I always try to do. Everything I say or do, I always try to keep in line with who I am, what I believe in, what I think is right. And the fact that she was able, after spending her entire life with the Jedi, and was able to recognize, hey, something's not right about this, and to be able to make that decision to walk away, that I had loved her leading up to that, but that moment really is
that was the icing on the cake.
Yeah, that was the icing on the cake. That is what solidified her status as the top tier Star Wars character for me, because we've never seen that before. You know, we've never seen a Jedi leave the Order. And the fact that she was able to stand up to all this, you know, internal gaslighting and everything that was going on within the organization and call it out for what it was just so admirable. So admirable. And stayed true to herself and wasn't tempted by the dark side, even, you know, even when she had to face down Anakin, even when she was fighting in the rebellion, you know, even when she had to face down Darth Vader, all this different stuff. She stayed true to the light and to herself, and that was really special. Second is Anakin. Everything that I said, I appreciate that Anakin always has this kind of constant internal struggle of figuring out what is right and wrong, because you have to go through that to figure out what is right and what is true to you and what you want to stay with. And the fact that they show that in a character is, and just that ethical debate about, you know, between what's good for the many versus what's good for the few. Like, do we save the one or do we save the many? And it's just, I love questions like that, you know, but it's just the fact that we got to see him grow and that he wasn't a typical Jedi. He was caring. He let his emotions get the best of him. He was always there for everybody, you know, no matter what. When no one else believed in Ahsoka, Anakin did. And I see a lot of myself in that too, because I am very much a loyal person and very much am there for my friends always. And I appreciated that in Anakin, you know. I still don't know how I feel about the whole younglings bit, but like, I've warmed up to it. And plus, you know, I had the nickname Anakin for quite some time, so... But my third one.
Third.
My third. Jeez, I really don't know. Because, like, there's so many that are, like, all on about the same tier. But I guess the easy answer is to go with Rey. Because as much as I don't really care for the direction that they took, you know, with Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, I still love Rey's character. And that, you know, she, too, was someone who trusted her instincts, trusted her gut, always did what was right. I think you're starting to see a thread here, you know? But, I mean, she was one tough cookie. Like, she's out there kicking butt in the Jakku Desert. Like, oh, heck yeah. But, like, give me a staff. I'm going to do that, you know?
I'm going to go to the desert and kick some ass.
Yeah. Yeah. But, yeah, she... I think for me was the fact that, you know, kind of grappling with what has happened in the past and coming to terms with the legacy and who was before her. It was like similar themes with Luke. And for that reason, Luke and Rey are very much a close three. But yeah, coming to terms with the past, what has happened to her, you know, who does that mean for her, what she's become, and yet she still makes her own path, you know, ends up taking the name Skywalker, you know. I know that's a controversial thing, but I thought it was pretty cool. But yeah. And then Luke, I have to bring him in because he would be my tied for third. Yeah, he's awesome character. The OG started it all, saved Anakin even after everything that he'd done to him. And that was just... that, to me, was the epitome of what the Jedi is about. And, yeah.
It is. The Jedi Order. The Jedi Order. So, the Dancing Jedi, thank you so much for coming on the show to talk about your cosplay, Star Wars, and everything else. You do an amazing, amazing Ahsoka. I cannot wait to meet you sometime, maybe around my area or New York. If you go to New York Comic-Con, maybe.
Maybe. And I gotta do like a bucket in New York sometime, so I'm like not counting it out.
There you go. There you go. You do an amazing Ahsoka, amazing Bucky, amazing Winter Soldier. I know they're the same person, but you get what I mean. Anakin, you do an amazing cosplay. Please keep it up. I love everything that you do. I keep an eye on everybody. I stalk people, you know, not hint, hint. I know, get the Rey outfit on, start hitting me with your stick. But thank you so much for everything you do for the Star Wars universe. You are one amazing cosplayer, and I can't wait to see where you go from here, because you're just starting out. So I can't wait to see how you grow and see who you do next. I'm very excited.
Thank you.
Before we go, where can everybody find you on the social meteors?
Yes, the social meteors. Instagram is just at the Dancing Jedi, no spaces. My TikTok is the space dancing space Jedi. Someone had already taken the no spaces name, so I had to go with spaces on TikTok. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It's all right. It's okay. Don't worry, guys. I'll put all the links in the bio so you can find her. One more question. Any upcoming cosplays that you want to just hint or drop a name and then just leave it at that? Or no comment. You can say no comment.
All I'm going to say, I'm working on a Moon Knight, but it's not just Moon Knight. Oh. It's going to be a variant, so keep an eye out for that.
And now you can stay tuned to her Instagram, because that's what she'll post, or TikTok first. So I definitely, like I said before, I will be posting the links in the bio. Thank you so much, the Dancing Jedi. I hope to see you soon. You're anytime you're welcome on the Scavolitana show. Anytime.
I appreciate that. May the force be with you, everyone.
Guys, be kind to one another. Subscribe down below to the YouTube channel, the Scavolitana Show, for more awesome Star Wars-ness. Yes, point there. There you go. And then we'll dance on the way out. We'll play a little jazzy tune. And And be kind to one another, guys. And may the Force be with you, my friends. Always. Bye!
In my life, when you find people who need your help, you help them, no matter what.